Previously on Taverns and Caverns Path B. Alright, I'll keep this simple. We needed to find Isarrel Oladi. Word around Wild Run pointed us towards a private cabin she kept out in the woods. Simple enough, so we moved out. Didn't get far before we heard it though. Steel on steel. Fighting. It was extremely close to the main road. We pushed off the road toward the sound and found a woman in the middle of it. Outnumbered, wounded, and still swinging her blade. Maelis Thorne. I didn't know her personally, but the others did. Former Eternal Eye Justicar, an enemy of sorts. Except right now, she looked less like an enemy and more like someone about to die. Turns out whatever went down at the Eternal Eye compound followed her out here. They sent people to finish the job, clean up loose ends. I've seen that kind of work before. It didn't sit right with me. So we stepped in. We cleared out the attackers. Maelis wasn't exactly thrilled about it. Pride's a hard thing to swallow when you've spent time on the other side of a fight with these people. But she's smart enough to know when she needs help. She agreed to travel with us for now. Says she wants to know why the Eternal Eye was so focused on Relinoa. But that's fair enough. I've got my own questions too. The others weren't exactly jumping for joy about it. Can't say that I blame them, but we all agreed. She rides with us, for now. We've still got a path to walk, though. Isarrel isn't going to find herself. Episode 52. The Sound That Came Before. Path B. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Taverns and Caverns Path B, everyone. This is your Dungeon Master HaphazardDM. And last time on Path B, the party had made their way to the town where they were searching for Isarrel Oladi in Wild Run. Unfortunately, they weren't able to find her because she was currently away from town at a cabin of hers far off in the woods to the south of Wild Run. So the party was able to speak to a couple of townsfolk, and they found out the general idea of where her cabin was. So as they were traveling to try and seek out Isarrel Oladi, they came across some people fighting off the road. And when they went to inspect the fight, the party had come across an old, I want to say an old individual, but an acquaintance or enemy of theirs that they had done battle with prior many episodes ago. And in the fight, they came across Maelis Thorne, the Justicar of the Eternal Eye, who was wounded but defending herself against a whole group of other Eternal Eye paladins and acolytes, if you will. With the party trying to decide if they wanted to help her or leave her, they ended up aiding Maelis Thorne in the process. And after defeating the Eternal Eye paladins and acolytes, they spoke with Maelis Thorne briefly and found out that she is currently considered wanted by the Eternal Eye as well. So she's attempting to try and clear her name to the Eternal Eye, especially since she is a Justicar, which again, as I've mentioned, the Justicar are fairly high up in the order of the Eternal Eye. You know, as I mentioned, you have the structures, the High Seer, who is pretty much the pinnacle of the Eternal Eye, the supreme leader or prophet, if you will, of that order, followed by the Eyes of Judication, which is as I've mentioned before, a council of high judges and visionaries that kind of do the day-to-day organizing for the order itself. The Eyes of Judication are pretty much the ones that run most of the show. Obviously, the High Seer is above them, and the High Seer's orders and commands are supreme overall, but the High Seer is just one person. So, obviously, the Council, or the Eyes of Judication, are the ones that do a lot of the planning and whatnot based off the orders of the High Seer. And then under the Eyes of Judication, you have the Justicars, and again, that's pretty much the high paladins, I should say, of the order. It's not just any paladin, but Maelis Thorne is a Justicar, as well as Therian Core, who was the other paladin you guys came across. with the giant great axe. The Jestakars are pretty much like the executors of divine law. They're like the judges, and they have the authority to punish those that the Eternal Eye deem guilty or unworthy, followed by the Inquisitors. Now, the Inquisitors go hand in hand with the Jestakars, whereas the Jestakars are more so action-y, or say combat-focused based. They're more going to be like your paladins, where the Inquisitors, those are the ones that are sly, sneaky. They typically rely more on magic, so you'll see a lot of clerics that become Inquisitors. They're going to be your Corvin Veins of the group, whereas Maelis Thorne and Therian Core are going to be your Jestakars. And then followed by that are your Sentinels. Now, these are pretty much your standard guards, paladins, and warriors, fighters, whatnot of the group. And then your Observants, which are essentially like your acolytes. So I know I kind of went over this a few episodes ago, but to give you a quick recap on that. With Maelis Thorne joining the party, she doesn't really know exactly what she's going to do next, but she does understand that she is being hunted by the Eternal Eye alongside of the party. So she sees an opportunity here to team up, even if it's briefly, to try and clear her name. She wants to find out what is so important and or interesting about Relinoa, with why the Eternal Eye really want her in their possession, because the High Seer was the one that, remember, that Maelis Thorne was listening to. Her orders were to bring Relinoa to the High Seer. Meanwhile, Corvin Vane, the Inquisitor, along with Therian Core, it seemed like they were throwing a coup within their own organization, and they want to bring her to the Eyes of Judication. But we don't know what's going on there, and neither does Maelis. So Maelis wants to get to the bottom of it, and the only way she sees herself surviving right now, despite how strong and skilled she is, she's still just one person. So she's going to be traveling with you guys momentarily, briefly, as a guest for now, and we'll be picking up right where we left off, right after that battle. You're still on the trail trying to find Isarrel Oladi's cabin, and remember, that's the Lyric Wood Trail that you're following. So we'll go ahead and just pick up right off the battle where we just left off. So as the party heals themselves, or whatever you guys do after the battle, Maelis was healed briefly by Relinoa. Marnock is still with you, and she is going to look around, and as she's gathering some items and belongings off of the fallen Eternal Eye members, she just scoffs. She looks upset, a very angered expression all over her face. She just had to kill her brethren within the Eternal Eye, despite them following orders from Therian Core and Corvin Vane. She feels somewhat bad for killing them. It was their orders to take her down, but at this point she's more so just angry. But she's kind of pocketing whatever they have on them that would be useful, bandages and whatnot that are in their belongings. What are the rest of you doing while she's doing this?
Nomu's basically side-eyeing her. Hey, wait, ain't she always angry?
You would think. She's got thick eyebrows, and the way that they're shaped, it makes her look angry all the time.
Right, her picture look angry.
Yep. Angry.
Yep.
She's always hunting down heretics. Heretic! Nothing pleases her.
But like I said, Nomu's just side-eyeing her, man, watching her.
While she's doing that, what's Yelar doing?
Oh, Yelar's going to make a smart-ass comment. I guess they changed the flavor of the Kool-Aid of the Colt today.
Relinoa looks over at Yelar. Change the Kool-Aid? What's Kool-Aid?
I don't know. Some magical drink. I don't know. Just a saying we used to say around the swamp.
Marnock looks over at you, Yelar. I've heard of this. Yes, the Kool-Aid. They must have changed it for sure. You know you owe us big time, lady. We could have left you here to die, especially after what you did to my friends here. I know you and I didn't really fight. It was someone else that took me out, but the fact that you brought these three in, Can't say that I hate you all that much. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have met these guys and I wouldn't have escaped. Ain't that right, Yelar?
I mean, you don't want my opinion. If it was me, I would have left her to die.
Oh, well, it seems you have a completely opposite opinion of some of the others in the group. And as Maelis is kneeling down, grabbing some gold coins from one of the sentinels, she just scoffs at Yelar's comment. Whatever you say. And she pockets that gold and looks over at the rest of you. It seems there's nothing else these fools have that are useful to us. Pack your things. Let's get going before more come.
Yeah, sure.
Where did you say you were heading to again? Relinoa was like, we're heading to find Isarrel Oladi, wood elf here in Asya. I need to find her so I can talk to her. The Goddess Supreme has commanded and ordered me to find her at all costs. And Maelis just walks up to you guys at this point. She's a bit upset because she did have a horse, but the horse had run away during this combat, along with all the other horses that the Eternal Eye were using. But she looks at Relinoa and she just scoffs again. Whoever this Isarrel Oladi is, they better be worth it. Perhaps I'll finally find out what's so important about you, Miss Cadenza. Relinoa just shrugs. I don't know what's important about me. The Supreme Goddess just tells me I have to go. Whatever. Lead the way. And Marnock looks over. Well, she's not riding on my horse. That's all I gotta say. She's gonna be that grouchy.
You're gonna walk.
That's right. You're gonna walk. Relinoa looks over. That's right. The Supreme Goddess says you're gonna walk because you've been mean to us.
Really mean.
Ridiculously super mean. Maelis just shakes her head. Whatever. Gods, you guys are insufferable. Let's go. Lead the way already.
Mount up.
Yeah, and again, I apologize if my voice kind of sounds off too today because my allergies are acting up. But as well, audience, also apologies for Rod's voice. Rod has been feeling kind of under the weather today. So if he doesn't talk as much or if he sounds a little off, that's why. But as you guys head back to the main path of Lyric Wood Trail, your horses were still tied up over there, and you're able to get onto your horses. And you guys all each have a horse except Maelis at this point. I'm pretty sure you all had your own horses.
Yep.
But as you guys are going, Maelis is walking behind. She has her sword sheathed along her waist, and then she doesn't have one of those large like tower shields or a kite shield. She has more of like a round shield. Think of like Captain America a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to Relinoa's shield as well. Relinoa has a round shield, but her shield is much smaller, kind of like a buckler, more so than Maelis's. Maelis's is definitely a bigger shield, but they're both round.
Yelar has that too.
Okay. But she's got it strapped along her waist, not her waist, but she's got it strapped over her shoulder along her chest as it's hanging off of her back. And she's walking. You can hear her armor as she walks. She's wearing heavy armor, so it's I don't want to say it's loud, but it's by no means quiet by any, But she's walking, keeping up for the most part, unless you guys start running on your horses. Obviously, you're going to know she's not going to be able to keep up with you then.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're pacing, she follows behind. She's not nearly as fast as the horse is walking, but she's able to keep up. But as you continue down the Lyric Wood Trail, remember there was a sign that the citizen at Wild Run had told you to find. You guys found it, and you're following the path along Lyric Wood Trail for a bit longer. I'd say another hour or so goes by. It's fairly quiet. Maelis doesn't say much. But at that point, make me some perceptions.
Yep.
Got it.
Ugh.
Ooh, Nomu with 6. I'll say Nomu doesn't hear this yet. Well, no, it's got a 4 in the 6. Marnock rolled a 3. Oh my god. Everyone's rolling trash.
What is happening?
All right, Maelis. She's got a 16. You guys are lucky. Just joking. None of you guys hear anything. just yet, because none of y'all rolled higher than a 6, except Maelis. But as you're following the path, Maelis looks up as she hears something that none of you seem to hear. And obviously, you guys are ahead of her quite a bit on horseback. And it's still middle of the day. The most you'll hear is the wind blowing against the trees. Remember, you're deep in the thick forest of Ossia, so it's really hard to see past all the trees and bushes and whatnot. And as I mentioned, these trees are high; they're tall, 50 feet plus of just tall ass trees, and they're very thick. Many of the people use the trees here as homes, but you are on a dirt path that's man-made, so people do travel back and forth on this lyric wood trail. But as you are walking, Maelis looks up and notices you guys don't hear it, and she turns her eyes to the side and stops for a moment. Wait! Do you all not hear that?
Huh? What's wrong?
I hear faint sound of music coming from nearby. Can't really tell.
Nomu's gonna put his ear up.
Relinoa stops for a moment. Wait! You hear music? Wait, I don't hear it. And she pulls on the reins of her horse. Yeah, hold. And she tries to listen for the music. Wait, I don't hear it. But you said it's very faint, right? Maelis nods. Yes, very hard to listen. You have to concentrate. But sounds like someone's playing an instrument of some kind. It is not it's definitely music I'm hearing. And Relinoa goes, isn't that what the guy told us at Wild Run? Didn't he say once we're close to her cabin, we might hear her playing music? Do you think that's her?
It could be. Let's go check it out.
Marnock's looking around. Well, before we do that, we want to make sure it's not like one of those creatures caught out in the sea, sirens, right? Make sure it's nothing like that. We're not being led into a trap or something.
Oh, yes, you might be right.
What do you think, Yelar? I can't hear it all that well.
Yeah, was saying that, yeah, we better be cautious. I don't hear anything either, though.
Maelis, or Relinoa looks over at Maelis. Maelis, could you lead the way? None of us can really hear it all that well. She just sighs. Ugh, what are you good for? And she just walks to the side off the road.
That was mean again.
She was walking. She's walking off the beaten path. It's not really a trail that she follows, but she's following the music to the best of her ability. Relinoa and Marnock will turn their horses and follow slowly. Obviously, it's harder for them to follow with their horses with all the trees and bushes and whatnot. But as you follow Maelis, the music does get a bit louder. You can now hear it. I'll just say you don't have to roll anymore. And what you're hearing is an assortment of music. And it's beautifully crafted music, as if something a bard per se might be playing. And it's giving Relinoa's music a run for her money. Because as you all know, Relinoa is a wonderful musician. She can play music very well. But you're hearing a violin, you're hearing a lute, you're hearing a whole assortment of different instruments that are playing this magically well-crafted melody. It's as if it's just luring you deeper towards it. Like you just want to go and find out what's creating this music and who is playing it. It sounds beautiful. And as Maelis is leading the way, she stops. Can you guys hear it yet? It's getting louder.
Yes. Sounds like an orchestra.
And Relinoa's nodding her head. Oh, this has to be her. It has to be. There's no one that can play music like her. I hear she's a really wonderful musician, and it has to be her. Especially if the Wild Run guy told us to listen for music. All right, let's get going. I'm pretty sure it's not a trap. Let's go.
Well, I sure hope it ain't no siren. Looking at Marnock.
Hope it's not a what?
A siren.
If it's a siren, I'm gonna punch her in the face.
I mean, I don't think they play music, do they? I think they're just singing.
I don't know much about sirens. It's kind of like harpies. Harpies sing too. But in this day of age, who knows? They probably have learned to play damn instruments.
How many can return to tell about it?
That's very true. Not very much, I can say.
Well, off to our doom.
You first, Nomu.
Fair enough. He slumps his head and walks on.
I say we let the bait do it. Go first.
You talk about Maelis?
Mm-hmm.
Maelis just shakes her head. Whatever, weakling. I'll lead the way. Of course I'll lead the way. I'm the strongest one here. I'm a Justicar of the Eternal Eye. You are following and traveling with me. I am not traveling with you. You'll know my name. I don't need to know yours.
No, I don't think so. He's gonna walk ahead of her with the horse. Nomu is strongest.
That's so. Then why did I defeat you, Nomu? All three of you at the same time.
It was cloudy.
Yeah, sure. Excuses. And as you continue making your way towards the music, you do come across an opening in the forest. It's still pretty shaded by several trees, but there is a very small clearing where you do come across what looks like a small home. There's a wooden cabin nearby, and there is a small well for water, obviously. You see a very small sized wagon, a wooden wagon with two wheels. There is some fencing with a horse that's just standing there eating some grass, hay, or whatnot. And I'm going to show a new map. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
It'll be right to the left of the current map that you're on. Let me know when it pops up.
Oh yeah.
All right, so place your characters in the bottom entryway. Place you guys there too. So as you guys step into this small opening or this clearing in the forest, the music just gets louder. And I'll let you guys make some perception checks now to see if you can see anyone or anything of the sorts.
Well, Yelar ain't seeing shit.
Damn. Roll a 4 that time. Nomu with 20. As you enter the clearing, Nomu, you notice to the far end, near where the well is, the cabin's directly to your left. But where the well is, you do see and hear the music is coming from that direction. But what you see is a bit off-putting. There isn't anyone playing the music. What you see around the well, there's a small campfire with a bench nearby, and there are instruments that are floating in place, playing that music that you're hearing. You don't see any individual standing there at all. There's even what looks like an invisible composer with the small wooden, I don't know what you call that, the wand stick that the composer always has in their hand. Even one of those is moving in the air as if it was leading the instruments into this melody.
Nomu conveys that and it's kind of tilting his head at everything, confused.
Marnock looks. I think you're right, Nomu. I don't see anybody around. Keep your eyes and wits about you, just in case. Relinoa is going to step up a bit, walk forward, as she's a bit entranced by this melody or this music that's being played, and she just, it's so beautiful, though. It puts my music to shame. Maelis is looking around. What kind of magic is this? What heresy is at play here? Heretics!
Hey, calm down with that.
She's just yelling, spit coming out of her mouth.
Yo,
Every time she says the word heretic.
How is it heresy? I'm confused.
She looks at Yelar, just ignores him and walks forward. And as she's looking around, she's gonna say, "Look out, the rest of you. Check the cabin. I'm sure someone's in there. Whoever's used the magic to play this music can't be far."
You're not gonna order me around. Just to let you know.
And what if it's an enemy, Yelar? What if we've been set up?
Again, you're not gonna tell me what to do.
Then what are you gonna do, Yelar? Just stand there like a dumbass?
I will defend myself, but not because you tell me to.
Relinoa's like, wait. This has to be Isarrel Oladi's cabin. Stop. I don't think she's mean. The Goddess Supreme has told me I need to meet with her for an obviously big reason. The people of Wildrun seem to like her a lot. I don't think she's by any means aggressive or confrontational. Maybe confrontational, but not aggressive. Let's not draw our weapons just yet. Perhaps she's in her home. Let's knock on the door and see if she's there.
Oh, fine. Nomu's going to dismount. Let's at least look like we come in peace.
Well, look, the horse is over there. So if that's her horse, she's not by any means far. If she's not in the cabin, she's probably just walked around somewhere.
Nomu's going to tie the horse off.
Marnock will get off his horse as well. Very well. I'll keep eyes on the main entryway here, just in case. You guys go ahead. I'll watch out here, just in case there's someone behind us, or if someone comes around. I'll keep guard.
Aye, good.
Relinoa is gonna look towards the door. Yelar, as looks like Relinoa and Nomu are going towards the door. Maelis is looking around as well. What are you doing?
Yelar's gonna keep an eye on Maelis. You don't trust her.
As soon as she yelled heretic, spit coming out of her mouth, Yelar's like, this bitch is crazy.
Yep.
All right, so Nomu and Relinoa, you both head towards the door. Nomu, do you knock?
Yeah.
As you knock on the door, it's a wooden door. And after a few seconds of knocking, you don't hear any footsteps from within. There is a window next to the door, though, that you could peek into, but no one answers.
Where do you think she's at?
It doesn't seem like she's home. Should we peek in the window? I know that's kind of rude, but...
Yes. Nomu travels with Damien. He's going to peek in the window.
Yep, make me a perception.
Yep.
22. So there are curtains on the window, but they're slightly open, so you can see some of inside. But as you peek inside, you notice it looks like you're looking into a living room of sorts. There's a chair, a small wooden table that fits maybe 4 people at most, not really big. And then there is a fireplace. The fire is burning. So the fireplace does have fire on that's burning right now. Smoke's coming from above the cabin from the chimney. But as you're looking around, you don't see any movement. You don't see any shadows moving around. It seems like she's not home.
Well, that fire didn't make itself, so she has to be somewhere close by. Maybe she's hiding.
Maybe she heard you scream, heretic! And she went into hiding. You can't just scream heretic and have spit coming out of your mouth every other minute. Maelis Thorne, you scare people. Heresy! I am a just call of the eternal eye. I bring, or people should honor the fact that they look upon a just call of the eternal eye. If they follow the octatic divine or the heptatic evils, there is nothing to worry about. We make sure there is order and peace here in the land of Tirasta. To look upon a Justicar is to be honored. Pride. You should feel happy. Lucky.
I don't think you know what heresy means. Just because someone uses magics or arcane doesn't mean they follow some other god or anything like that. I think you're just making up words, or...
I never said just because someone used magic that they were a heretic. But this kind of magic, to use magic in a way where no one's even around to enjoy the music. Why would you waste magic? Why would you touch into the flow and waste arcana like this? Heretic!
Hey, give it a rest. You sound crazy. I'd hide from you too.
Yeah.
Marnock's off to the side. He's just shaking his head. He's got his arms folded over his chest, hand over his face, just shaking his head. He's kind of embarrassed to be around Maelis. No joke.
You're embarrassing the Marnock.
I see why they turned on you, too.
Enough of your stupid jib-jab. We have
What?
nothing. Where is this woman? This
You stand over there.
Isarrel Oladi. Where are you?
Can you not come off so threatening?
Right.
I
Stand
am
over
not.
there.
This is my nice voice.
It
Oh,
is?
God.
Of course it is.
Let me see a smile.
No, that's all right.
I am
The wor-
smiling.
Oh.
The world might shatter.
Isarrel Oladi. I am Nomu the Monstrous. We come in peace.
Nomu, I would just say Nomu instead of that last name. That sounds threatening too.
I don't sound threatening.
I'm just saying the monstrous. You know,
Nomu is monstrous.
never mind.
He announces that, hoping she'll come out.
You don't hear her come out by any means. So it's still, I don't want to say quiet, that music's still playing, but I'll say no one answers you. And if you are all just going to wait around for her to return, potentially she is gone off in the woods somewhere to collect food, or who knows, who knows what she's doing. Do you guys just wait around?
Damn, and Nomu had his arms open like Creed.
Well, guys, I think we just wait around for her. Perhaps she just went off to find food or something. Hunting, berries, picking. I don't know what's around here. I'm not really a wood elf. I don't know how Ossians live out here in this forest. Like, I'm from Lande. Much different.
Well, I'm gonna look around. Maelis, you stay out of trouble.
Whatever.
No trouble.
I said whatever, heretic! I'm standing right here. She folds her arms, looking around. Marnock looks around. Go ahead, Nomu. I'll watch over her. Make sure she doesn't do anything stupid.
Okay. He's just gonna go near the well up here, just gonna kind of take a look around.
All right. Make a perception.
Yep.
14. As you're looking around, you do hear some rustling off in the bushes and trees to the north, near you. You don't know if it's her or an animal, but it seems to be coming your way. What do you do?
Just gonna take a step back and wait.
It's not very long, but that rustling soon shows itself. And you do see a wood elf woman step out. She is much older than, like, Relinoa. As I've mentioned, Relinoa is a half elf. But elves in the land of Tyrstra or the world of Reverie, they're pretty much age-wise standard. Their lifespans are about, elves can live to about 650, 700 years. They don't really hit, I'd say, adulthood probably until, like, I'd say 120 years old, really.
Mm-hmm.
But she is older, and you can tell there's some wrinkles on her face. Your guess would be she's probably about 580, 600 years old. Just a guess based off her physical characteristics. She's got long brownish hair, ash brown eyes, and she's wearing simple clothing, nothing that is outlandish. She's just got some robes, and she's got like these brown leather pants on, boots, and strapped around her, she's got this wooden basket filled with a bunch of fruit. You're immediately thinking, oh, she was picking fruit and gathering food. But as she looks and spots you, she also notices the other party members off in the distance near her cabin, near the entryway of this area. And she goes, oh, well, hello. May I help you, Dakina?
Hello, I am Nomu. We have a guest that was looking for you. We're not bandits.
You have a guest looking for me, so you know who I am then.
Yes, your name is Isarrel. Isarrel something, Oladi.
Yes, Isarrel Oladi. Ah, so you are looking for me, and she's going to step forward. Ah, You do come with several other adventurers. It seems you're all equipped for combat and whatnot, which isn't too outlandish considering the dangers that lurk in the world. Please introduce me to your friends so I may know why you were searching for me. Please excuse the music. I like to have music playing while I'm here. And she snaps a finger, and all the instruments that are floating playing just stop. And she's going to walk forward. I'll just place a random figure to represent her right in front of you. And as she steps forward, she stops the music, and everyone notices, obviously, and looks over at her as she walks towards everyone. Well, I have quite the gathering here, don't I? Your friend here said his name was Nomu. You were looking for me. I'm Isarrel Oladi. May I ask, what is it that you're needing to talk to me about? Seems like you've traveled quite a bit of a distance just based off of the wear and tear that I'm seeing on your clothing and armor. Did you have a scuffle recently? You all smell sweaty and dirty, and are you all okay?
For the most part. He kind of points at the mean looking one. Don't mind her. She barks. She bites too.
Maelis has her arms folded. So you're Isarrel Oladi, the wood elf that our friend Relinoa here has been looking for. She scoffs at Relinoa. This one here, she won't shut up. She wouldn't stop shutting up until she found you, and I want to know why she was looking for you. Don't mind me. Unless you are a heretic, there's nothing you have to worry about.
See? She barks.
Isarrel, like, oh, you are a snappy one, aren't you? Well, which one of you is Relinoa? And Relinoa says, I am. She has her hand up. It is a pleasure to meet you, Isarrel Oladi. I have been tasked on a long journey to find you because the Goddess Supreme has led me here. And as soon as she says Goddess Supreme, you can see the expression on Isarrel Oladi's face changes quickly. You were tasked to find me on behalf of the Goddess Supreme. What was your name again, my dear? I am Relinoa Jams Cadenza. I come from Londe, particularly a town called Brunswick. I am actually a cleric from there, but they kicked me out after I told them I heard the voice of the Goddess Supreme. And ever since then, I've been looking for you. It's been a very long, hard, and tiring adventure to find you, but I'm finally here, and I really hope that you can tell me why the Goddess Supreme has tasked me to find you. And Isarrel just nods and looks around. Well, it's a bit of a long story. I happen to know the Goddess Supreme as well. And Maelis looks over. What? How can you know who this Goddess Supreme is and the Eternal Eye does not? What heresy is this? Isarrel Oladi looks at Maelis. Did you say you were part of the Eternal Eye? What are you all traveling with a person of the Eternal Eye for? She is a enemy of the Goddess Supreme. As Isarrel looks dead at Maelis, her soft demeanor, friendly demeanor, tenses, and she looks like she's ready to fight if needed against Maelis. Maelis just goes, I'm not here to fight you. Believe it or not, I am a Justicar of the Eternal Eye, and yes, I was hunting down Relinoa. I don't know what the Eyes of Judication or the High Seer of the Eternal Eye wish to do with her, but the orders were to bring her in. She's just lucky enough that the Eternal Eye is currently having a coup, and I've been branded as a traitor. So for now, I'm just here to observe and learn. You have nothing to worry about, heretic, unless you attempt to do something that harms any of us. Then you shall meet my blade and then your maker right after. All right. Enough. Maelis, shut up.
Right, I told her best behavior.
Isarrel Oladi, we are deepest apologies, but Maelis Thorne is not lying. She's been branded a traitor to the Eternal Eye. She's being hunted by them just as we are. And Isarrel looks like, oh, so you're being hunted. Is that why your armor is dirty and you look damaged and hurt? Did you recently fight with them?
Come on, spit it out.
Who you talking to, Maelis?
Yeah, Maelis.
Yes, these fools actually helped me in combat against the Eternal Eye as they betrayed me, which is why I'm traveling with them. Isarrel looks at Relinoa. Relinoa, this is dangerous. You cannot toy around with the Eternal Eye. They are a danger to you. They see people such as you and myself that hear the voice of the Goddess Supreme as a danger. They do not understand what is at play here. There is much to learn about the Goddess Supreme. Please, come inside and we can discuss this. But she looks at Maelis. I don't know if I trust you just yet, though. Are you all sure you weren't followed? Marnock looks. I don't think we were. We did finish off all the ones that were fighting Maelis. Unless Maelis has been dropping clues for her brethren to find us. Perhaps an eggcorn here, an eggcorn there. You wouldn't have done that, would you, of Maelis?
You wouldn't do that to us, would you?
Heretics! No, of course not. I value my life more than I value yours. Why would I allow them to come and find us if they are here to kill me as well?
Yeah, sure, I believe her.
Yeah,
Maybe to get back in their good graces.
No. Once you're branded a traitor to the Eternal Eye, you're always a traitor. The only one that will find me and also clear my name is the High Seer. Anyone else below the High Seer won't listen to reason.
Ain't that fun?
Isarrel looks. Oh, well, come in, please. Are you all hungry? Thirsty? I have plenty of food and drinks to spare if you require sustenance. I'm sure you are exhausted. Traveling from Londe, that's a very far away place. Well, I mean, Londe is just up north on the borders of Strider Valley, but that is still a long journey, my dear. Well, no, like I could use some water and some juice or whatever you have.
Meat and milk.
I have some meats. I don't know about the milk though, Nomu.
Oh.
I do have juice though, if you'd like juice.
No.
Well, please come on in. My home is not very big, but you'll find that it is cozy and very comfortable. Come.
Oh, thank you for the hospitality.
So she steps into her cabin. Do all of you go in? Relinoa obviously will go in. Marnock will as well. Maelis will go in.
Yelar will go in
All
after Maelis. I guess he doesn't trust her
Yep.
at all.
Keep your distance. She seems to spit a lot when she yells. So as you all enter, she shuts the door behind and she looks over and waves and gestures towards the fireplace. Please, I know the table only sits about 4, but please make yourselves at home. I do have enough seating here for everybody with the table and also my nice, comfortable rocking chair there. What would you all like? Tea, juice, fruit?
Yeah, there's some water.
Yeah, I can take some. I'll take a fruit or 2, apple or whatever you have, banana. And Isarrel does gather some food and drinks, and she passes it around and serves everybody. Marnock smiles and he nods. Thank you very much, ma'am. And
Thank you.
I am Marnock. I don't think we introduced ourselves just yet. But I am Marnock. I happen to be a fairly new member of this party. They helped me escape the Eternal Eye's encampment not very long ago. And Relinoa looks over. As they said, I'm Relinoa Jams Cadenza. I'm sure you'll hear more about me here any moment now. I am Maelis Thorne, as I've mentioned, Justicar of the Eternal Eye, currently wanted and branded as a traitor, but I am here to smite down any heretics in the name of the Eye.
And I'm Yelar, and I was wondering if I could use a pot and brew some coffee, please.
Oh, of course, of course. You see Isarrel, she snaps her finger, and a pot starts floating towards Yelar. Here, my dear, please. Once you've placed whatever you wanted to brew or heat in the pot, it will magically move over to the fireplace and brew for you.
Oh man, that is nice.
Yes. What are you brewing, by the way?
I think I'm gonna go with This Wild Run brew, I really like it.
Oh, the Wild Run brew. It is delicious. So, tell me, before we really discuss the Goddess Supreme, how did you come across finding where I was? Did someone in Wild Run happen to tell you where I was?
Yeah, we asked around.
Ah, and what did you think of Wild Run? It's a beautiful town, is it not?
It is, actually.
Very peaceful. Well, if everyone is comfortable and has your drinks and refreshments, we can discuss. If you want to clean yourselves off, there is a small hot spring not too far from here that you can bathe in. My little area hereby is very peaceful. I would please request not to draw your weapons, and I come in peace. I don't really care for violence, but please make yourselves at home. Make yourselves at home at the hot springs if you'd like. It's just to the east. I'm sorry, it's to the west of the cabin, probably about a 5-minute walk. There's a little trail you can follow to get there if you'd like to bathe.
Oh,
I'm
good.
sure you're all exhausted. As you can see, my cabin isn't all that big, but if you all need a place to stay for the evening, which I'm assuming you will, you're more than welcome to stay inside here, under my roof.
You hear that, Maelis? She comes at peace. Keep that weapon sheathed,
She
or I will
has
eat
her
you.
she has her arms folded. She's not even sitting. She's just standing there staring.
No, Nomu, you shouldn't make threats like that. You know,
She doesn't know I'm serious.
but
But I don't
other
know.
people,
You just said you're gonna eat her, Nomu. That's not you. You could at least say I'll kill you or hurt you.
I hurt you.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, twist your arm, maybe break your
Yeah,
leg.
No.
yeah. Um, Nomu, after this, we need to talk.
Yeah, fine. You hear that, Maelis? Be best behavior.
I am on my best behavior. My blade is sheathed, is it not?
She's adorable, isn't she? I'm going to the spring.
Nomu, you're gonna head in the hot springs right now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're not gonna sit around and listen to everything? I mean, you don't have to, obviously. But you're more than welcome to go to the hot springs.
He's dipping to the hot spring.
All right. Well, looks like Nomu's going to bathe. That is fine. I did offer the hot springs up. Please, if anyone else would like to go, have at it. Now, it's not the biggest hot spring, so perhaps it'll probably fit about 3 to 4 people at most, but I'm sure you'll want to do it separately, just for privacy reasons. But it is very covered with the trees and whatnot. I doubt anyone will happen to come across you. Perhaps a squirrel here or there, or a bunny, but the animals here are peaceful.
They're not druids, are they?
I'm sorry, what was that?
They're not druids, are they?
Ah, there's always a potential for a druid here in Assia. You know much about the 5 branches of Assia. We are protected by the druids all around. You can never tell when an animal is a druid, but I assure you the druids here in this area are peaceful. They're here to protect nature and to make sure that things don't cause any harm to it. If anything, the druid will ignore you unless you're damaging the forest.
Noted.
What you got to hide, Yelar? But no, you've already made your way to the springs?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So with that being the case, then as you all make yourselves comfortable, Nomu, you're gone. Isarrel Oladi sits down and she just looks at Relinoa. She lets out a sigh. Tell me, what do you know about the Goddess Supreme, other than the voice in your head? She talks to you, correct? Yeah, actually, yes, she talks to me all the time. She tells me to do things, I ask her questions, and people think I'm freaking crazy. And I'm tired of people thinking I'm crazy. And Isarrel she nods. Oh, yes, people are always going to think you're crazy. There's no stopping that. I understand what you mean, though. The Goddess Supreme. Do you has she explained anything else to you other than her just speaking to you and giving you commands and telling you what to do? No, not really. She just tells me what to do. Well, actually, that's a lie. We've talked every now and then. She's told me things that she likes. She likes the music that I play. Uh-huh. Hmm. And she's told you to seek me out, and I think I understand why. No, not think. I understand completely why she's sent you to me. I'm about to tell you something that is going to change your life, which is, I'm sure, has already been affected quite a bit by the Goddess Supreme. The Goddess Supreme is, truthfully, a goddess. Not one of the Heptatic Divine or the Heptatic Evils. Heresy! I knew it!
Can you please stop? Please.
Marnock's just, Maelis, she's telling us something. Hush, please. She just scoffs. Let me know and hear more of this tale.
If you stop interrupting.
Isarrel goes, as I was saying, the Goddess Supreme is a god of the world. When I say that, a worldly god, a worldly deity. She is not one that is bound to the land of Tirister itself. What all do you know about the gods of reverie? Let's start there. Relinoa's, I used to be a follower of the Octadic Divine, particularly Penella, the goddess, but I do know that there are other places in the world of reverie that have their own gods, such as the continent of Ashai. I don't know what their gods are. I think they called them
Omikami.
But yes, the Omnikami of I guess their gods are like great animal spirits. Very interesting, actually. Very different than our gods. That is correct, Relinoa. And those gods, the Omnikami, as they are called many other things other than that, but the Omnikami or the great animal spirits are just like the gods of Tirister. And when I say just like, what I mean is they're bound to the land of Ashai. Just like the Octadic Divine is bound here to Tirister. The Goddess Supreme, though, is a worldly god. One such as the Goddess of Passage, the Goddess of the Oceans, Undine. You've heard of that goddess, correct? Yes, I've heard of Undine, the Goddess of Passage in the Oceans. I know that she looks over at Maelis. Ones like her don't accept worldly gods such as Undine. And the Goddess Supreme, see, it's a god. It's a real goddess, I told you. I'm not lying. Maelis just scoffs. Worldly gods have no place here in Tirister. The gods of Tirister are the ones that rule and watch over our lands. The gods of Ashai or the god of ocean does not protect us. It is the Octadic Divine, the Heptatic Evils, that watch over us to protect us from the Dragon Lords and Finistra. And Isarrel, just hold on now. Maelis isn't completely wrong. She does mention that the Octadic Divine and Heptatic Evils do protect us from the Dragon Lords. This is true. The gods of Ashai cannot help us if a Dragon Lord was to attack Tirister, as those gods are bound to their land. You're all in the nation of Ossia, where the great Vitalis tree blooms and stands in Rava's Grove. You all know the tale of the great Vitalis tree, correct? I know all about it, yes. Of course I know about it. I am a Justicar, the Eternal Eye. Marnock, I've heard tales of the Vitalis tree. Don't know the true stories and lore behind all the gods and whatnot. But I do understand the Vitalis tree is what brought all life to us here in Tirister. That is correct, Marnock. Yelar, do you know much about the Vitalis tree?
Just as much as Monarch does.
Well, before I get into the Goddess Supreme, it's important to really understand the powers at play in our world of reverie. Each continent has its own Vitalis tree. Each Vitalis tree has sprouted its own gods. The gods are what created us, mortals. Many, many centuries ago, way before our times, even the time of the gods, the primordial Rivaris created our world. She had planted the Vitalis tree on every continent that she had created. And within each Vitalis tree, gods sprouted. And that's the gods you know today, the Octatic Divine, the Heptatic Evils, the Omnikami. The story goes that they were told from that day forth, they continue the path of Rivaris, the primordial of creation, to continue creating in her name through the use of the flow. The flow is the magic, the arcana that flows throughout the world. It's what we all tap into to use the magic. It's what brings life. It's what creates life on our planet. I'm sure you've spoken to wizards and sorcerers that have tapped into the magics. The flow is what allows you to connect to that magic. And through the order of creating, following suit of Rivaris, the gods were allowed to create what they thought was in their own envisions of themselves. That's how mortals and the races came to be. It's how demigods came to be, lesser gods. But the Goddess Supreme is different. As Undine is, there are gods of our world that don't just represent a continent. They're in charge of bringing their aspects throughout the entire world. The Goddess Supreme is one of them. She hasn't told you her real name, has she, Relinoa? No, she has not. It's always been Goddess Supreme. And that is because it was to keep you safe. The Goddess Supreme is truthfully the Goddess Senelia. Do you know who that is? And that's where we're going to end this episode of Taverns and Caverns, Path B. Thanks again, everyone, for listening to another episode of Taverns and Caverns. This is your Dungeon Master, HaphazardDM. You can find me on Twitter at HaphazardDM.
This is Robert Jones. I play Nomu the Monstrous.
You can find me on YouTube, Trubone, Trubone.
This is Rodimus. You can find me on Twitter at Rodimus7901 or at Blue Sky at Rodimus83.
All right. Those are our players for this season of Taverns and Caverns, Path B. And don't forget to check out the Taverns and Caverns Patreon for exclusive content that you won't want to miss. Until next time, guys, on Taverns and Caverns, take care.